Iran unleashes 21st wave of attacks. And this time, Tel Aviv felt every single one. Khyber ballistic missiles, cluster warheads, opening mid-air and raining down across 8 kilometers. Iron Dome couldn't keep pace. David's Sling couldn't keep pace. 2,000 drones, 600 missiles, and Iran is still counting. Israel's coveted shield is cracking. Israel is under attack again, and the strikes are getting deadlier by the day. Iran struck central Tel Aviv in the early hours of March 6th, launching its 21st wave of attacks under Operation True Promise 4, combining suicide drones with Khyber ballistic missiles fitted with cluster warheads. AFP reported 2 near-simultaneous waves of explosions shaking the city, with rocket trails visible as far north as Netanya. Eyewitness accounts and international media confirmed widespread building damage. The Khyber missiles employed a sub-munition tactic that Israel has been tracking throughout the conflict. Alleged footage from central Israel had already captured the weapons in action, showing what the Israeli military identified as cluster bomb sub-munitions raining down during a ballistic missile attack. Each warhead opens mid-air, releasing around 20 smaller munitions carrying roughly 2.5 kilograms of explosives each, scattered across a radius of up to 8 kilometers. The design is built to overwhelm air defenses, and on March 6th, Iran's military said it did exactly that, with Iron Dome and David's Sling both unable to keep pace. Iran's military said more than 2,000 drones and 600 missiles have been fired across 20 waves of attacks since the war began. Israel has been hitting back. An Israeli military spokesperson told a briefing that the IDF has struck 700 targets inside Iran, destroying or disabling 300 of Iran's estimated 450 missile launch platforms. The Air Force has logged more than 7,000 operational hours, and 110,000 reservists have been mobilized.
The Israeli Air Force pilots have so far carried out 2,500 strikes and dropped more than 6,000 munitions. Within 24 hours, our pilots paved the way to Tehran. We destroyed about 80% of the Iranian air defense systems, and we achieved almost complete air superiority in the skies of Iran. Thanks to this, and thanks to high-quality intelligence, we are attacking the ballistic missiles that pose a direct threat to the citizens of the State of Israel. We have neutralized and destroyed more than 60% of the ballistic missile launchers.
But the numbers that concern Israel most are the ones still to come. Before the June 2025 conflict, Iran held roughly 3,000 ballistic missiles. Many were used or destroyed in that war, but Tehran rebuilt quickly, entering this conflict with an estimated 2,500. At current production rates, the spokesperson warned that number could reach 8,000 by 2027.
By Saturday, when Operation Lion's Roar began, it had managed to rebuild 2,500 missiles through renewed and mass production. If this trend had continued, the regime could have reached 8,000 ballistic missiles by 2027.
The IDF, however, has presented no proof of the claims. Whether the IRGC is actually capable of producing that many missiles remains to be seen. But for now, whatever little they have at their disposal has proven quite effective. 12 Israeli civilians have been killed and more than 370 wounded in Iranian missile strikes on residential areas since the war began. A girls' primary school in southern Iran is at the center of an international controversy after a strike killed scores of children on the first day of the US-Israeli war with Iran. The Shajarat Tayyibeh school in Minab was hit on March 1st during the joint US-Israeli attack. Iranian authorities put the death toll at 168, most of them children, though Reuters could not independently confirm that figure. The school had 264 pupils enrolled. Satellite imagery captured 4 days after the strike shows at least 5 buildings with visible craters and scorch marks, suggesting the area was hit multiple times. Munitions expert N.R. Jensen Jones said the damage pattern points to multiple simultaneous or near-simultaneous strikes. The school sits adjacent to an Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps compound. A wall separating the two has been visible in satellite images since 2016. Analysts say a crater on the school's ground floor indicates a specialized munition may have been used to penetrate the lower levels. Reuters reported on March 6th that US military investigators privately believe it is likely American forces were responsible, though no final conclusion has been reached. 2 US officials speaking anonymously said new evidence could still emerge pointing to another party. Neither Washington nor Tel Aviv has accepted responsibility. Israel says it was not aware of any operations in the area. The Pentagon declined to comment, referring questions to Central Command, whose spokesman said it would be inappropriate to speak while the investigation is ongoing. US Secretary of War Pete Hegseth addressed the incident on March 4th.
Can you give us an update on what the administration knows, what you know now about the reported strike on a girls' school in southern Iran on Saturday?
All I can say is that we're investigating that. We, of course, never target civilian targets, but we're taking a look and investigating that.
In a statement to Reuters, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt did not address the investigation directly, instead saying the Iranian regime targets civilians and children, not the United States of America. The UN Human Rights Office has called for a full investigation, placing the burden squarely on those who carried out the attack.
The onus is on the forces that carried out the attack to investigate it.
Images of the girls' funeral were shown on Iranian state television. Their small coffins were draped with Iranian flags and passed from a truck across a large crowd towards the gravesite. A handwritten list published by Iranian media named 56 victims, 48 of them aged between 6 and 11. Deliberately attacking a school, hospital, or any other civilian structure would likely be a war crime under international humanitarian law. If a US role were to be confirmed, the strike would rank among the worst cases of civilian casualties in decades of US conflicts in the Middle East. The US-based human rights news agency has documented the deaths of 1,114 Iranian civilians since the war began, including 183 children.